Hey everybody, what's going on, man? So I got a lot of detailing equipment and materials, chemicals, things like that, and the mail from you guys. Y'all's been sending me this stuff, man. Overwhelming response on the whole fan mail thing, man. Really cool. And I got to thinking, like, hey, why don't we put together a good little detail video with the old Saturn here? You guys remember the Saturn, right? 08 Saturn. I believe it was 143,000 miles, and the motor's, it's crap. The transmission's not shifting. So I know what you're thinking, why on earth would you detail it? Well, I'm having a little trouble getting parts, so let me mention that first. We are ordering parts for this, or trying to, and I'm just not having any luck right now. I actually ordered a set of rod bearings for this. You guys remember it has a knocking rod. So I ordered a set online, GM Parts Direct, something like that if I remember right. And they sent me one single main bearing, and I don't know, I guess they're out of the other ones. That seems to be the issue I'm having. I tried all the parts houses, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, all of that, and they keep telling me the vendor is out. So I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. But regardless of what ends up happening to this car mechanically, whether we get it dialed in or not, I want it clean. I'm going to end up selling it as is if I can't get it straightened out. And you can see it's dirty. So what I want to do is I want to clean it up enough that somebody thinks it's worth fixing, and then let it be their problem. Now, that's of course provided we can't get parts. We're not giving up on her yet, so don't think anything like that. I'm still exploring my options. Maybe we'll buy another parts car that runs and drives and take the parts off of it. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But for now, all I know is she needs to be clean. I owe you guys a video, and I figured what better way to do it than to use up some of this new stuff y'all sent me. Unfortunately, she's got a dead battery. So let's address that for now so we can get it over to the shop. I mean, that car's worth fixing if somebody wanted to fix it. We just got to figure out if it's worth doing for us. Apologize for the wind noise, by the way. I mean, hell, it don't have any hail dents, no clear coat damage, none of that kind of stuff. The interior is in really good shape. It's just kind of dirty. And I mean, we'll take care of that right quick. I believe this car to be worth about $5,000 if, you know, in my area, if it were dialed in and actually ran and drove good. Yeah, I was hoping that maybe we just throw some rod bearings in it and get it to stop knocking, and that would take care of the engine situation. Then we could tackle the transmission problem after that. Basically, we have no reverse. I've been doing a little research on these cars, and apparently even from the factory they were having issues with that transmission. Something about the plug, maybe some of the pins coming loose, things like that. Also, this one has the shift solenoids just under the cover there, a little bit different than the Cobalt we worked on, so we could actually pop this cover off without having to drop the subframe and all that kind of craziness, if in fact we need to get in there and check those solenoids, replace them, what have you. Be a lot easier than replace the transmission. It's worth a shot. I mean, why not? But for right now, let's just worry about cleaning her up, and I'll continue to try to get parts for it. See if we can't get us some rod bearings for this thing. So the temporary battery is installed. Let's see if we can't get her to fire up now. The last time I fired this up was in that video where we went up the driveway and it died, and we had to coast all the way back down the driveway. Let's see what she does with a fully charged battery. Ooh, ooh, you hear that knock? But she did fire right up, that's cool. Let it warm up for just a minute. We'll see how she goes into gear. She's starting to idle down now. She has no power steering, remember? Now, I don't have a lot of experience with these, and a lot of y'all were saying these were the electronic power steering, so maybe we get in and check a fuse or something like that, and we'll have power steering again. That'd be cool. She's idled down. See if she'll go into gear. I already know she don't have reverse, but yeah, see, no reverse at all, nothing. I mean, she don't even try. Let's go for drive. She went into drive last time. Ugh. Oh, I had to break her loose. Told y'all, she ain't moved since I parked her here. Let's get her around to the shop. We'll have to take her off-road a little bit here since we don't have reverse. That's all right, she'll do it. Starting to get my cars mixed up, y'all. This one's got 137,000 miles, not 143. I think the one with 143,000 was one of those Cobalts, if I remember right. Now that we got this thing in here, I was going to show you guys. Check it out, another round of fan mail. This stuff right here, this is what I'm telling you. This is why, why I was inspired to do a detailing video. The stuff just keeps coming in, and a lot of this stuff is perfect for cleaning up these cars, these old flip cars. Like I said a million times before, all of this stuff will get used, no doubt about it. I mean, this is a perfect example. Microfiber cleaning cloths. Man, I go through these like candy. Let's see, do we have a note on this? Where's the note at on this one? Surely there's a note somewhere. Come on. Okay, so I think I found it. It says, enjoy your gift from David Willis. You damn right I will. I'm going to use those on this car right here. This is something else that I got. Look at this. We're getting fancy, y'all. I don't even know how to act, man. This is like some of the professional stuff. As you guys know, most of the time, I just grab the old lady's laundry detergent. She loves it when I do that. This has got Febreze in it, and this is what I clean my cars with. And I'll be damned, now we got some professional grade stuff. So we're gonna give it a shot, man. Let's find out who sent this. I'm not seeing a note in here anywhere, y'all. No, nothing in there. Well, dang. Is there something on here somewhere? Anything? Nothing? Well, I'll be damned. I didn't even want a shout out. So I did find this in there, and I believe this just to be from the actual company that this came from. It says obsessedgarage.com. Okay, so that's who that came from. Whoever you are, I do appreciate that you sent that to me, and it will get used. In fact, it's going to get used right now. Well, okay, now let's get started. Let's put all that good stuff to work. You can see just how dirty it is. That carpet's so nasty, y'all. Take a look at the back seat here. Hell, we got car parts in here. Battery covers, all that is. And, I'm not even sure where this even goes. This looks like it goes underneath somewhere. We'll figure it out, I guess. But yeah, again, look how dirty that carpet is. She's pretty nasty. The seats, I'm not anticipating going to be too hard. I think they'll wipe right off. It's that vinyl stuff. It's not in bad shape. It's not all cracked up like it normally is. So dirty door panels, all the jams are nasty, of course. This side isn't any better. Figure we'll start by getting these old floor mats out of here. Well, we're missing that one, so 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I guess. By the way, it's never a good sign when you buy a used car and you find a funnel in the floorboard somewhere. That usually means something was leaking and they were having a hard time keeping up with it. It's probably why it didn't have any oil in it when I picked it up. God, look how dirty those jams are. Oh, I can't stand it. Somebody asked me on the last video in the comment section, did I wipe the jams out on that G6? Absolutely. I can't stand seeing dirty jams like that. Usually when I get these, there's no spare tire, no jack, no nothing. So I think we're doing all right on this one. This has even got the little cargo nets in it. Both sides. Look at that. That is rare. You can see an outline where the floor mat used to be. It's a dirty carpet, y'all. Thought maybe we'd start off with some of this stuff here. This is double black Rennie Doyle Collection Express Interior Cleaner, man. This is the good stuff, y'all. Professional detail products. So I'm going to try this out. It says you could do it straight or you could do it 1-to-1. I think we'll keep it as potent as possible. So let's dump some of this in my little, I'm just going to use this. This is empty. I've already washed it out. I'm going to use it as my spray bottle, and we'll get started on one of these door panels, I think. Well, let's open up our new microfibers here with our brand new razor blades. You guys are going to spoil me, I'll tell you what. We'll open up some of these detail brushes. I think this will work great. This came from Carl Jones, y'all. This came in the last round of fan mail. Get this out. Which one y'all think we ought to use? I think this one here, kind of stiff bristle. These are really soft, more for like the instrument cluster, things like that. Let's try this one first. Now the thing about these door panels, it kind of has a textury surface here. And what'll happen is this dirt, all of these stains, they get down into the crevices. So it's hard to just go in and spray it and then wipe it off with a rag. That's why a brush like this comes in handy, will help kind of clean that textury surface off. So let's give it a shot. Start by hosing down this area. I want to get this really dirty spot here, put this stuff to the test. I'll start scrubbing. You go in a circular pattern, or you can kind of go in a cross hatch pattern. Either way, as long as you just get it from all the angles, right? I can tell you right now, that stuff's working awesome. Give it a quick little wipe down here. Man, that looks better already. Look at that. That stuff works rather well, actually. I'm digging that. Look at that. That's like night and day difference, and that didn't take a lot of the old elbow grease like usual. Well, that stuff works damn good in my book. Thought maybe we try it out up here as well. I like to kind of cover up my switches with my rag. I don't want to just hose those down. This area is really dirty because this is the part everybody grabs a hold of, right? The old dirty hands. It melted that stuff away like it wasn't nothing. Well, that's awesome, y'all. We got ourselves some good cleaner now. What do y'all think? Let's make light work out of that. Yeah, that's looking so much nicer. Well, hell, I can't wait to tear into the rest of the car now. Look how good this door panel is turning out, you guys. This is unreal. This is literally like one pass that took like not even 1 minute. I went around the whole door. I went all up into the jam. Look how pretty that looks now. Oh my God. And then you get right here. This is where we stopped. This is what it looked like a second ago. Literally 1 minute ago, that's what we were working with. Look how dirty all that is. Oh, it's so nasty, right? And then look at this. 1 minute later, all the way around the door, y'all. All the way along the bottom, the whole jam, the panel, everything. 1 minute, one time over with that cleaner they sent me and a microfiber rag. That's awesome. That happened quick. And there's no residue. Normally, any type of cleaner I use, you know, I use the old cheap stuff. You get a residue and you got to go back and you got to wipe the residue off with a dry rag. And this one didn't leave any residue at all. That is literally one single pass and it leaves everything nice and shiny. Cool stuff, man. I'm telling you, I don't know how to act with this high dollar stuff. I'm used to using that dollar store cheap stuff, you know, and then you guys send me this and I don't know how to act. Well, that gives me hope for the rest of the project. I mean, to sit here and look at all of this mess and then to go back over here and look at that, it's like, wow, I cannot wait. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull this seat out, give us a little room to work. These are cool, just like I've been showing you on the G6s and the Cobalts. There are no bolts in the front of these seats on the tracks, only in the rear. Get them slid out of there. Groove a little bit, you can get underneath here and start pulling these plugs out. Pretty easy. It's just got a little button you push right there and that'll slide right out. It's worth mentioning, you may want to unplug the battery before you start messing with any of this kind of stuff. This is usually airbag related when they're yellow like that. Let's see if we can get the seat out of our way now. I think all I'm going to do is just kind of set this one outside the door here. That way we don't have to unhook the seat belt. Kind of make it a little easier on ourselves, right? Let it be in somehow. Hopefully you don't sting me. But hey, having that seat out of the way, we'll get in there, we'll start vacuuming this whole side of the car. You can see how much easier that's going to be now to get in there and clean all that out, having that seat out of the way. And like I said before, those seats come out super easy. Just one bolt on each side at the rear, nothing in the front. Look at that. It just clips right in the front. So really easy. You don't have to take your seat belts out. You could just sit them right outside the door. I know normally you guys see me take the seat belts out and all of that. We're not going to do that on this one. We're going to show you a little bit easier way. You can just put it right outside the door. It reaches fine. And it kind of stretches out your seat belt so that you could get in there and clean your seat belt as well while we're in here. So let's go ahead and get started on the carpet. Let's get it vacuumed out like I said, and then we'll start shampooing it. Give you guys a nice little before shot. You can see just how dirty it is. Most of that's going to vacuum right out. I guarantee you a quick pass with a vacuum cleaner will make this thing look 100 times better alone, just in and of itself. But when we're done, we'll start that shampooing process and we'll bring it back to life for sure then. So there you have it, just a quick little once over with the vacuum cleaner. Probably didn't even take me 10 minutes. I mean, compare that to the other side. I mean, that's where we started out at. Extremely dirty. It's amazing what, 10 minutes with a vacuum cleaner will do. It'll get rid of all that kind of stuff, I promise you that. Imagine if they had kept this thing vacuumed out over the years, how much better it would look right now. And I mean, what does it take? Just a few minutes down at the old car wash, once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. I don't know. I mean, hell, once a month is better than letting it get to that. Before we get all caught up in the shampooing process, I thought it'd be maybe a smarter move to go ahead and tackle some of the plastics. I don't want to get my carpet all clean and then have all that stuff oozing down on it. So let's go ahead and get that cleaned up first. Get in there with my brush, kind of scrub circular motion here. That way we're kind of getting into that texture. Remember we talked about that texture, kind of getting down into it from all angles. Seems to be working out okay. We've made it around back here now. And we'll just keep scrubbing and we'll wipe it down here in just a second. Go ahead and do the console while we're here. Like I said, we don't want all that nastiness oozing down on our clean carpet, which will be clean here in just a little bit. So we'll go and get all that off now. You just seen the pop, the coffee, all that kind of stuff just melt right away. That's awesome. Almost effortlessly. Gotta love that. Yeah, let's give this some love up here too while we're at it. These things get nasty from our arms and stuff laying on them, obviously. Get all of this taken care of right now. Give it a quick little wipe. Much better. Let's hit this up under here as well. You see how that's all running down? Well, we don't want that after the carpet's clean, so get our pedals while we're at it. Is this thing bugging you guys yet? It's bugging me to death. I'm gonna have to figure out how that fastens in there. It seems to have popped out of the hole that it goes in, but we'll get that fixed as well. I love when the pedals are all nice and clean. It's really cool. This guy is getting on my last nerve. Me and you, buddy. So that's looking much better now, pedals and all. So it's time to shampoo, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this entire side basically, and then we'll do a comparison side by side. We're not even gonna touch that side right now. Let's see what happens. And I'll tell you what, this stuff is working so well on those plastics. I was thinking maybe we would dump it into the old Bissell here and see what it does on the carpets. Now the thing is, I'm not seeing anywhere on here where it makes mention of carpets. It mostly just talks about vinyls and plastics, but man, I'll tell you what, it did a great job. I'm just gonna try it. Now, you can mix this 1-to-1, or you can go straight cleaner, and that's what we've been doing so far on all the plastics, is a straight cleaner. But on the carpet, I think I will dilute it 1-to-1. So you already see I've got my water here. Now all we gotta do is add that much cleaner, see what happens. Give it a little shake, kind of mix it up. On the machine it goes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fully concentrated spray here and just kind of hit up these darker areas, right? Just give us a fighting chance. And then what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll agitate that stuff with my brush. Like this. Just kind of get that all worked in real good, right? This just gives us a little added insurance that we're going to be able to extract all of that out here in just a minute. Those areas I feel need a little extra attention. They're darker, a little more stained up, right? Something like that. I like to hide my wires under here. I don't like to spray them full of moisture and all of that, so kind of tuck those underneath there, keep them dry. I like this brush. It gets right up in those corners because it's got bristles all the way around it, right? Lots of stuff likes to get trapped in all of that. You know how it is. Alright, I think that's going to get that. Let's hit it up with the shampooer now. Basically, the way this works, we're going to hit the trigger. It's going to shoot our cleaning solution out. It's going to suspend a lot of that dirt, especially now that we kind of went through and broke it up a little bit ahead of time. It'll suspend that into the cleaning solution, and then the extractor will just suck it right on out of there. It works pretty good, actually. All right, she's getting full. Let's see what we sucked out of it so far. Ugh, it looks gross already. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's nasty, huh? Well, we expected that. Imagine how all the odors and everything coming out of there. It's gonna be nice when we're done. Ran out of cleaner, so I'm filling up the machine. So while this stuff works great on the vinyls and the plastic, it's not so great in the extractor. It's just too foamy. So I'm gonna switch back over to the laundry soap. Basically what I'm doing is I'm doing about a half a cap full. We're using all today. You never know what it's gonna be, man. Sometimes it's Arm & Hammer, sometimes it's Tide. Today it's all, and this stuff works great. I've used it in the past. Never had an issue with it. We're joining forces here with some OxyClean. Check it out. I'm gonna put I don't know, about a half a scoop of that in there as well. It's like an hourglass. Just like before, we'll give it a little shake, throw it back on the machine. Never had any problems with it, so I think it'll clean up good, even with that. Well, we're cleaning up pretty nice. We got a couple little spots back here. Those are little cigarette burn holes is what those are. So we may have to touch those up later with maybe some fabric dye or something like that if you want those to go away, because you're not going to be able to clean those out, unfortunately. Those are actually burnt into the carpet. So anyway, moving on up here to the front, let's see what we can get going on up here. Let's see if we can get all this cleaned up. You can see there where stuff is spilled over from the cup holders, dripped down, and got in between the seats here. We would have never been able to clean that out with the seats in the way. So that's why I typically pull seats out when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Let's get up here and see what we can make happen. I figured we'd start off giving it just a little bit of a hand scrubbing, just like we did on the back. And then we'll hit it with our shampooer. Some of this stuff where it's kind of really dark right there in that area, I just want to give it a little extra attention, that's all. Give this guy a little scrub, and even though this will be hidden underneath the floor mat, you won't see it, we'll still clean it up. So I've got my problem areas all scrubbed by hand, and now we're going to hit it with the extractor. We're doing this exactly the same way we did the back, and we had really good results back there, so this should clean up equally as good, I would think. Well, I'll tell you what, that's starting to look pretty dang good if you ask me. That's kind of cool. I like that. On the last car, we took the whole seat out, which meant we went in and took all the trim panels off and pulled the seat belt out and everything. A lot of work, but we had to do it anyway since we was taking the carpet out on that car. It doesn't look like we have to do that on this one, so that's kind of cool. But leaving that seat belt attached, all I got to do is stretch my seat out like this, right? And make it tight. And then we can go through and we can do whatever we want to it. I'm going to go through and I'm going to hose it down with my cleaner. Let it kind of soak in a little bit. I'm going to do both sides. And then I'm going to start scrubbing it. And I'm going to use the extractor on it as well. Give this a little scrubbing. I think it needs all the help it can get. We'll scrub both sides of it, of course. Then we'll get that extractor after it. That ought to take care of the rest. Flip it over and do the other side as well. Fire the extractor up. These seats ought to clean up real easy. This cleaner was working really good on all those plastics. I know good and well it's gonna work good on this vinyl. All we gotta do is just wipe it down. That's the cool thing about vinyl. We won't have to do a bunch of scrubbing on it like we do the cloth seats. No shampooing needed here. Let's clean up these tracks while we're at it. We'll just spray it down with our cleaner, like the rest of it. I've been using the same cleaner on most of it, aside from the carpet. We went with a little bit of laundry detergent, but otherwise we've been using that cleaner that was sent to us, and it's working great. This right here is one of our brand new brushes. We'll get in here, clean this out, man. You guys, I really do appreciate everybody for sending me these supplies. Sure has made this super easy. I tell you what, we're just getting in here. We're going to town on this thing. We don't hardly have no time at all into it so far. Seems like back here at the back is where they're always kind of the grossest. Look at this. Ugh. They just get food and pop and all that kind of stuff in all the tracks, and it's just kind of gross. And it makes your seat not slide back and forth very well either. Now, once I'm done scrubbing, I'll just come through here, spray it down a little bit more. We'll switch over to some clean water as well in a spray bottle, and we'll hose all the suds and everything out as well. See, I'll spray a little bit of the clean water on it here. It's just to kind of rinse it out. This is just plain old water. Kind of rinse away some of the suds a little bit, and then I'll finish it off with the air compressor. Yeah, I'll just take my spray wand on the end of my air hose. Check it out, nice and clean, food and pop free, no more stickiness. We'll go over and do the other side. We'll do all the tracks on all the seats the same way. So maybe we'll try and get this seat in here. There we go. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's starting to look pretty good in there. Check it out, look at that, with the seat in. Floor's looking nice. That's a far cry from where it looked before. I went ahead and did this door panel and this jamb. So now basically the whole side of this car is done with the exception of these floor mats, man. What do y'all think about these things? We'll start off by vacuuming them off. We'll follow that up with the spraying of our this is not diluted. This is full strength cleaner that was sent to us. This is what we've been using on the rest of the project. It's been working really good. I'm just going to give it a little extra attention like we did on some of those trouble spots on the carpet. Remember, you can mix this stuff 1-to-1 or you can use it full strength, and we're using it full strength on this. I mean, good Lord, look at that. I don't know if we can save this or not. We may have to take these to the car wash. They're pretty bad. Get in here and agitate all this real good. You guys hear me talk about this all the time. Scrub it from both directions. Go back and forth this way, and then go back and forth this way. That way you're kind of getting it from all angles. Actually lifting that stuff up out of there already. This might work, I don't know. Let's fire up the extractor, see what happens. Well, we're off to a pretty good start. I mean, you can see how it started out. I mean, look at that one over there. You would swear that thing is black, not tan. But yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like there. You know, I probably will go ahead and just take these to the car wash, in all honesty. It's so much faster. That right there didn't take very long, but you know, that was 15 minutes. And hell, down at the car wash, 15 minutes is how long it would take to do all of them. So I think I'm just going to throw them in the truck, run them up there, and take care of it with a quickness rather than sit here and scrub on them all day. This is probably definitely going to be the most dirtiest water we've sucked out of it so far. Oh my God, look at that. It looks like oil. It's so black. That's bad. These things were nasty. What do you guys guess this guy did for a living? The previous owner? I'm thinking fast food all day long. Something along those lines. Anybody that's ever worked in the fast food business knows that that stuff gets all over your shoes, and then you track it into your cars, and it's bad news, man. I know, I've been there. So it occurred to me after I went in the house and got all cleaned up, put on a fresh t-shirt. We've got some other cleaning supplies that were sent to us by fans last week that we got over here sitting in the box like an idiot. Look at this. Drill attachments. These are the drill brushes. And I've been over here scrubbing the driver's side by hand like an idiot. And also these little magic erasers that was sent to me by Steven Jackson. He says these things work great for cleaning the door panels. So we did this side with the scrub brush. I think I'm going to try these out over on the passenger side, as well as these drill brush attachments. This was sent to us by Bill Speck. Bill's been sending us all kinds of stuff, man. That is friggin' awesome. I think it would only make sense that we give it all a try over on this passenger side. It sure does need it. Yeah, she's just as dirty as the other side was. Well, I want to try out those magic erasers, man, on these door panels and all these plastics. Let's give it a shot. We'll take the seat out, do everything just like we did on the other side, and then we'll get started. Seems like every time I pull one of these seats out, the wiring harness under it that plugs into the seat, this is like going to be the power control to make the seat move, and then this will be all the airbag stuff. The tape's always coming undone, and it's really annoying, and it's ugly, you know, so I like to get in there and kind of take off the loose tape and replace it with some new stuff. Just something to make it look a little bit better, you know. I mean, it looks really ugly when you look underneath there and you see this big giant piece of tape kind of hanging off of there like that, and it seems like they're always that way too. And just like the other side, I'm going to get in here and vacuum everything out first, get the bulk of it out of there, and then I'll start with my new scrub brushes. We're going to put that in the drill and get going on it, see how they work. So the car's vacuumed out now, and I wanted to try out one of our attachments, check it out. So the car's vacuumed out now, and I just wanted to try out some of these attachments. This is one of our drill brush attachments. This will take the place of this one right here. You guys remember over on the other side, we was having to use the end of that to get in there and kind of dig into the corners, and well, we ain't got to do that now, not with this one. We can put this on the end of the drill and really get in there now. So that combined, I think, with this big one, like it's got a little small one to get into some of the tight spaces, but we got this big one in here. I think that's going to do real good. So let's get it on there. Unfortunately, I don't know what the deal is, man, but my Craftsman, she's out. R.I.P. Craftsman. I don't know, man. I got a lot of use out of that thing, though. I've had that thing for years. We're going to have to go with the cord, unfortunately. But that's all right. I think it'll still get the job done. I'm anxious to try this out. So let's just get in here. So just like when we was doing it by hand, we're going to want to kind of soak the area down with our soap. And this is the same cleaner we used on the other side. It worked really well over there. The only thing different that we're doing is we're going to try our drill attachment instead of doing it by hand like we was. So there you go. There's the cleaner. Let's hit it up with this guy. Good Lord of mercy, I feel like I could clean the whole car in 5 minutes with this thing. I've never had one of these, you guys. This is the first time, honest to God, I've ever used one of these. I've always done it by hand, and I tell you what, I've been missing out, man. This is going to make my job a lot easier and quicker. We'll be flipping cars like pancakes in no time at this rate. So we're done with the brush, and that thing worked amazing. I'm going to skim over it with my shampooer now, the extractor, and that should cut this side out. I mean, this is going quick, way quicker than the other side. We probably are not even 10 minutes into this so far. Well, I think we've whipped the carpet, guys. I'm going to call that good. I want to try out these eraser sponges here that was sent to me, and I figured this would be a perfect spot to try it out on, right here in this old dirty door panel as well. So let's get in there. It says all we got to do is add water. Got me some water in my spray bottle here. Let's Just wet the sponge down a little bit. Maybe put a little bit on the trim there. Whoa, whoa, dude! Seriously, that freaking works awesome. I'm not even kidding y'all, for real. Look at that! I barely even touched it. That's awesome, man. I'm telling you, man. You guys are gonna spoil me rotten. That's way easier than the other side with the brush. Look, I already had my brush ready just in case. No, you don't need it. Not at all. That's freaking cool, man. Come back in and wipe it off with our microfiber rag. I'm going to keep working my way all the way around, and then we'll hit this door panel next. I want to see what it'll do on this nasty seat. I mean, look how dirty it is. It's got black marks all over it. I mean, look how good it's got the plastic looking. That's freaking awesome. This piece in here, I mean, it was like I barely even touched it. Just added a little bit of water with my spray, my spray bottle, and that was it, man. Started wiping it on there, and everything just came right off. So I'm going to try it again on the seat. Man, that stuff is coming right off. Look at that. I can't believe how easy that stuff's coming off. That's way better than just a microfiber by itself. I'm gonna have to go back and do that other seat over again. I feel like this is coming out way cleaner. So we're down to the very last door panel, and I'm still using the same piece, so this is actually working out just right. The piece is going a long way. So let's tackle this one down. I'll do it just the same way I've been doing everything else. Just hit it with a little bit of water. And we'll just start wiping her down. I've been kind of going in like circular motion, just to kind of get into all that textury finish. And it seems to be working really good. It kind of digs that dirt out of there. And it does it really fast too, so it's cutting my time down on this quite a bit. And then I just come along and wipe it off with my microfiber when I'm done. And that is working out just fine, just like that. I mean, it goes that fast. Each door panel literally just takes a few minutes, and then we're moving right on. Well, we got that door panel looking nice. We're gonna come over here, spray some of this stuff on the jamb now. And that stuff makes it nice and shiny, I'll tell you what. Damn, y'all, we done went off and did it. Look at this thing now. Look how clean she turned out, man. Friggin' awesome, y'all. I really do appreciate everything that you guys have been sending me, and I couldn't think of any better way to show my appreciation than let's get out here and clean something, man. Seriously, let's give you guys a video of putting all of that stuff to use. It sure did make light work of this one, y'all. I mean, seriously, you probably shaved a good hour off of my time. Some of that stuff you guys sent me, that's just stuff I won't buy for myself. I've always been too cheap. I've always tried to do everything super cheap. It is a little bit harder, a little more elbow grease involved, but it does get the job done. But it is most definitely nice to have some of that special stuff. And now I've got it, thanks to you guys. Man, we had everything from the special soap, the professional grade stuff, drill brushes, all the little brushes for the interior pieces, to get in all those little spaces. Razor knives, the rags, gift cards. I mean, you guys are freaking awesome, man. No doubt about it. And those eraser pads, man, that was something else, y'all. I've never tried the eraser pads. So, man, look at there. You guys taught me something, man. That's the cool thing about YouTube. I mean, I know a lot of you guys tune in to watch the videos to see if you can pick up a trick here and there. And look at here, man. I'm learning from you guys. That is freaking awesome. That's the great thing about YouTube, man. You guys be sure to tune in on the next video of this car. We'll get out there and we're going to take care of the outside of it. The inside's nice and clean. We want the outside to match. I anticipate there's going to be lots of buffing, color sand, and all that good stuff. I want this thing to shine up like you wouldn't believe. We've had a lot of sandpaper, things like that come our way, and we'll put it to use just the same way we did all of our cleaning supplies. I think this car is going to shine up nice, y'all, for real. The paint looks good. It's just got a haze to it. You knock that haze off, man, there's a nice shine under there. I promise you, I can guarantee it. I'm going to continue to try to get parts for it. All I need is a set of rod bearings for it, and we get that thing to stop knocking. We'll move on to the transmission and see if we can get that reverse back. Hopefully it's just a solenoid. We'll see. But I just haven't had any luck with parts so far, so we'll keep trying. Don't worry. I think it would be awesome if we get this thing dialed in and maybe drive it a little bit. Maybe keep it as a personal car for a little while. I don't know. We'll see. But hey, I'm going to get on out of here for now. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hey, check out my Instagram, link in the description, and Facebook, Weird Beard on Facebook. And hey, thanks again, everybody. I'll see y'all next time.